Time to review the Conjuring and Annabelle universe, I reckon. Welcome back, everybody. So my next movie review for you is Annabelle Creation. Like I said, I'm going to be reviewing all the Conjuring movies, the Annabelle movies, the Nun movie, in their timeline order. For all you guys that don't know, they are actually all connected. And Annabelle Creation is the first movie in this franchise, if you go by timeline. But before I get into this review, once again, if you enjoy watching my reviews, if you could please like, share and subscribe to my channel, that would be very, very much appreciated. So, Annabelle Creation was released on the 11th of August 2017. Its director was David F. Sandberg. It was made on a budget of $15 million US and made a whopping $306.5 million US in the box office. The cast in this movie consists of Tatiana Bateman, Lulu Wilson, Stephanie Sigmund. We also got Miranda Otto, something along those lines, plus many, many others. So in this Annabelle Creation movie, we actually get a backstory to the Annabelle doll, or the demon that possesses the Annabelle doll. I nearly got it wrong. I stopped myself. And how this demon actually became, or come to possess this doll. Now I'm going to try and avoid giving away too many spoilers in this movie, just in case you haven't seen it. I'm just going to talk about what I generally really do enjoy. Now this is probably about the third or fourth time I've watched this movie, and I still get exactly the same amount of enjoyment from this movie as the first time. I really do get quite a lot of enjoyment from this. I love this movie quite a lot, and if you want to know the reasons why, once again, the review's coming up right about now. So here we go, Annabelle Creation movie review. Now, like I said, I do get quite a lot of enjoyment from this movie. I'm not saying it's the best movie in the world or anything like that, or the best horror movie, but I actually generally love this franchise or this universe. And this is an absolutely cracking story to this Annabelle kind of part of this franchise as well. Like I said, you get an origin story of how this demon come to possess this doll, or this doll is a part of this demon. Okay, now I'm going to try and avoid spoilers just in case you haven't seen it. I'm just going to talk about all the things that I generally do like. And what I actually love, the first thing I love about this movie is the texture and tone and feel of this movie. I absolutely love it. Some of the cinematography in this movie is absolutely fantastic in every single way. I generally really love what they do here. It starts off on kind of a bright, cheery note, which then enters a bit of a very dark moment, and then it kind of gets to this more of a cheerier kind of tone, and then progressively goes downhill again. And this is the whole tone of this movie, and I absolutely love it, okay? You get to actually honestly see how devastating and how destructive this demon actually can be, and I absolutely loved what they did here. I admit that the first half of this movie is heavily reliant on quite a few jump scares. Now, I'm one of these people that don't get done over by jump scares that much. I have to be honest with you. There's only a few jump scares which have actually got me, okay? And unfortunately, the first time I watched it, I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, there's quite a few jump scares in here. And now I've watched it like 4 times. You're kind of used to what's coming and all that kind of stuff. But I was on board with what they were trying to do, okay? It's just that the jump scares for me personally didn't actually work that well. There were some in there which just made me go, ooh, okay, yeah, I can see what you're doing here, and I generally am on board, and I was on board with this movie from the start, okay? I don't think there's anything that I actually dislike about this movie in any way, shape or form. I absolutely love what they did. It's not heavily reliant on blood and gore in this as well. Not all horror movies are about blood and gore. Some of it is mind or psychological, or just introducing enough of the blood and gore there, but never overdone. Okay, it wasn't trying to be that kind of movie. It was just like going, okay, this is what this demon can do. We're not going to go too into depth with exactly what this demon can do, but this is just a taste of what this strength of this demon can actually do. And I actually generally loved it. It was not overdone, and it didn't spoil the tone. They done just about enough to go, whoa, okay, this demon is a lot stronger than what you actually think it is. Other parts of this movie I like is the performances, okay? Now, every single performance in this movie, I think, is a very strong performance. You spend a lot of the movie following the two main characters, Janice and Linda, okay? So they're kind of sisters, but they're not. So they've obviously grown up with each other because they're being moved, like orphanages and all that kind of stuff. They're constantly being moved to different families, and this household obviously has taken on these group of girls in this movie. And you get a backstory to their characters. And the greatest thing is you get really behind their characters. You actually care about them, and you actually care about what's actually happening to them. And there are certain points in here you actually are with them. It feels like you're actually with them in the movie. And you can feel their fear, because every single performance in this movie where they have to face this demon or some sort of paranormal activity, their fear kind of acting, or their acting in just the whole of this movie is extremely convincing, because you're like, that, okay, that's exactly how I would be if I was in that situation. And I loved what they did, because you do generally get behind their characters. I absolutely love it in every single way, and you care. This is the thing. This isn't a movie about like a big demon coming in there, it's just going to wreak havoc. They take the time to make sure that you care about the two main characters in here and what actually happens to them, or all characters in here. You just care about them because they've all got to deal with this in some sort of way, or this demon in some sort of way, and try and get through this and try and figure out a way of how to stop this demon. And that just leads me on to the main villain in here, which I cannot remember the name. I think it's like it's something along those lines as well. I loved it. I really, really did. It's actually kind of quite scary. My phone just went off and I just made myself jump. My phone alarm has just gone off. I've just made myself jump. My God. What you can determine by that little jump that I had is that I can be done over by jump scares. It scared the crap out of me. Wow, that was quite scary. I'm not going to lie to you, and I've completely lost my place just when I was talking about the demon as well. I love this character. I love this demon in here. It's very, very aggressive. It's actually kind of terrifying. The doll in here, the Annabelle doll, even though it's not true to the original or the real Annabelle doll, I have to admit it's absolutely freaky as you like, and I generally love it. And I just loved how they did this. The kind of evil, kind of scheming demon that he actually is, and I absolutely loved it. And even when you see the demon, it's terrifying. It's actually terrifying, and like I said, the fear reactions from the actors in here are convincing, because you probably know that demon probably isn't there and it's CGI, but they're so convincing. And this is the greatest draw about this movie, is the characters' performances in here are very, very convincing. And it makes this movie very, very believable, that the fact that there is a big-ass demon in this house which wants to get them. And I generally love it. With that, the cinematography of the tone, the way they shot this, and the little, you know, kind of Easter eggs, as in when I talk to Valak, when I'm talking about Valak from The Nun, there's a nice little Easter egg in there for that one, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And the fact that these movies are all connected, so this is just part of something bigger, or the start of something bigger. And if I was to give this movie a rating, it's going to have to be a 10 out of 10, because I generally liked what they did with this movie. I really, really did. There was some time, there was some thought, there was some effort put into this movie, okay? It's just not like a bog standard kind of, yes, a demon is going to possess you, or whichever, there's a demon there that's hunting everybody else. They make a conscious effort for you to actually care about the characters. They're not just cannon fodder, and you're not just waiting for them to like get killed off or get hurt in some ways. It is a guessing game, and it is like a fight for survival for all the characters in here. And I absolutely genuinely loved what they did with this movie, and that's the reason why I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. So on that note, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below as normal. Hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care, and goodbye.